Welcome back to the Maelstrom, ladies and gentlemen. We have our cardboard city design today for an encroachment battle. PHR versus UCM, 2,500 points, kill points, and encroach on the other person's side to score points. We'll be back with the army list. First up, we have the UCM 2,500 points. Josh is going to walk us down his list.
So, for my field command battle group, I have a Kodiak with a level 5 commander that's a general in it, 4 Wolverine A's, and 3 Fireblades in a Condor with missile pods. Then for my first armored formation, I have 6 Katanas that will be rolling on from the board edge and an Eagle gunship for support. Then for my second armored group, I have 2 squads of 3 Sabres in Condors with missile pods, and for their support I have 3 longbow artillery pieces in Raven B's with missile pods. Then for my first infantry formation, the Legionnaire Corps, I have 6 stands of Legionnaires. They're in Bear APCs and they're sharing a Condor. And for support, they have 3 Rapiers in a Condor. Then for my second Legionnaire Corps, I have 4 stands of Legionnaires in 2 Raven A's, and they have 3 Rapiers in a Condor for support. Then for my first Special Ordnance group, I have 2 squads of 2 Gladiuses in Condors with missile pods. And for my second Special Ordnance group, I have 2 Scimitars rolling on from the board edge, and for support they have 3 Rapiers in a Condor.
Alrighty, so a little different than the UCM list we've been seeing. Instead of the Special Forces and the Air Wing, we've swapped off to heavy hitters. Be back with the PHR half. So we've got the PHR 2,500 points. Leading off the list, we have a Zeus with command value 6 leader. He's rolling with 3 Inyos on from the edge. We have 2 bases of Sirens in a Triton and 4 Mercury drones in Tritons in his group. Air Wing, we're running 2 individual Athenas. First armor, 4 Ares in 2 Neptunes, 2 Phobos in a Neptune, and then 2 stands of Immortals in Angelos as their support. We have a second armored group that is just 2 Phobos walkers. Infantry, 2 stands of 2 bases of Immortals in 2 different Tritons, and then Juno A2s with Immortals sharing a Neptune. We have 2 Odins in a Neptune, and my Nemesis is standing in as my Hades still in a Poseidon. That is the PHR half. Be back as direct deployment rolls to an end, and we'll show you the initiative roll for turn 1. Deployment is done. The UCM deferred allowed the PHR to set up first, who are on the opposite board edge. We did not set anything up. UCM deployed their Kodiak here in the street and their Wolverines here in the street. So that was the extent of the direct deployment. We're going to dice for initiative and get underway for turn 1. Alright, so it's going to go choice for the UCM. We will be back after turn 1. Turn 1 is over. Lots of building demos. We were attempting to shut down some of the easy grabs to get our infantry quartered in the enemy's half. The UCM did 9 points to this building, 6 to that one, 6 to that one. PHR struck first, destroyed this one between the a couple of stealth batteries and the Inyos. Light infantry flew up here 24 inches, got caught out by the Phobos, which knocked 1 down, missed 3 times on the other one. He apparently got buck fever getting that easy shot. Scimitars moved on here, fired their lasers downrange, missed with 1 but rolled a 6 to hit with the other and cored one of the Ares. Think that was it as far as casualties. Did lose 1 damage point on this Phobos from the command vehicle. But that is turn 1. Neither Athena became available. So turn 2 coming up. We'll go ahead and roll for initiative for you. And get turn 2 underway. So PHR with a 6 will be taking first turn. We will be back following turn 2. 1 Athena did come on from reserve this turn. PHR did go first. Moved these poor Phobos, which are now burning, up here, fired through the gap, destroyed the Condor, and 1 of the Gladius inside. The other Gladius moved out here for next turn. Sabres moved up. I did play adaptive camouflage on these guys, give them +1 accuracy, field repairs on them. 1 of them was destroyed by this group of Sabres. The other group of Sabres took a weapons hack, fired 1 of their rounds here, and destroyed a Rapier, in addition to this one, which was destroyed by the Ares. So the other 2 fired through the gap to no effect. The other squad destroyed 1 of the Phobos. The other Phobos took a hit from the orbital laser and was destroyed. The Katanas decided to go on an urban reconstruction, or urban deconstruction in this case. Wiped all these light buildings out. The Athena did make a run on them with a cruise missile, but rolled a 1 to damage, so no damage to the katanas there. Let's see, what else happened? The Odin stepped up in the street here, wrecked the lead 2 rapiers. The other moved off back here to protect the commander from the Athena runs. Inyos moved around to this flank because these infantry were shot down by the other Phobos, which then skirted behind the building there from the scimitars. As it went down, the infantry climbed in here. The Inyos then hit the building a bunch, pulped all the infantry with falling masonry. He did play a quick thinking on this destroyed dropship in an attempt to get them down before the fire went off, so there would have to be reaction fire, but I did get espionage against that. Weapon hack these guys, field repairs there, and an adaptive camouflage there. So that is the end of turn 2. Casualties are starting to show. We will be back following turn 3. Quite the bid for power this turn. We rolled twice to see who got first turn. PHR got first turn. UCM played Central HQ Directive. We rolled again, like 6 times. He finally won. I played a Central HQ Directive and he still won. So UCM went first. Over the course of this bloodbath shooting match here, I've got 2 areas at 1.2 that were destroyed. He lost 2 of his, no, those died last turn. He lost no sabers. He played an assisted targeting here to get a better hit against an Ares. The Hades moved up, fired black nanomachines, killed all 4 Wolverines. Countermeasures hack against this thing from the for the drones to be able to mark for some Skyhammer missiles. They fired 2 E11s, including one that needed an assisted targeting, but no damage. I did play a weapon hack here, which he espionaged, and I played a quick thinking on the areas to try to get first damage in, which he espionaged. So he drew the 2 espionage he desperately needed that turn. Infantry advanced up here as this building was destroyed. They were shot down by one of the Athenas crossing the street. Wrecked it, killed both bears and 1 base of infantry. Unfortunately, it landed on my Odin and knocked the point out of it. The second Athena flew down the street here on Super Cruise, fired its first cruise missile at the lead tank, failed to hit, and made it through the Rapier's reaction fire. So that is turn 3. Lots of dead stuff, lots of damaged stuff. We will be back after turn 4. Turn 4 has rolled to an end. A little bit more building demo stuff going on, but none going down really. UCM played fighter escort on this dropship, scooted around here, knocked the sirens down, and the sirens ate a predictable end. The dropships here strafed them, blew them all to pieces. The sabers here picked up and tried to move. One of the Athenas rode down on them, blew it up in the air, killed 2 of the 3 sabers, and survived the AA reaction fire from here. Second Athena flew on here, knocked the Eagle down, and it landed on one of the tanks here and did a damage point. So, like we've been saying for the last few minutes, his dropships are apparently made out of concrete, damaging an Odin and a Gladius. 2 points knocked out of the Hades. I played an adaptive camouflage on these poor fools, but they got smoked. There's just too much there. Also realized, and you guys have probably been screaming at the screen since the start of the game, that I was playing my Angelos wrong, so we randomized which direction they went. They both ended up down here. What else? Lost an Odin to the, what was it, the lasers? Was that it?
Yes.
Yeah, so 1 laser knocked one of the Odins out. Odins took a hit from the commander, saved 1 of the hits, and the other rolled a 1. Infantry played a secret entrance to get in there. We killed half of them with falling masonry, and then 2 more with falling masonry from the Ares, or the Phobos, tucked away in the corner there. Infantry here piled in for a dogfight, so 3 bases against 4 bases there. A couple more of the Gladius, as you saw, were knocked out. So getting kind of slim pickings as far as armor. We've clobbered each other senseless. Turn 5? Turn 5 coming up. Turn 5 is finished. The PHR did win first activation. Here we had a fight. 1 UCM Legionnaire survived. Knocked 2 guys down on the bases that are there, 3 guys on the other bases. They played a tactical withdrawal and left the building. Transport carried them over here. These guys played experimental gyros, coupled with a countermeasures hack here. The Inyos were able to wreck out this last Rapier. He did play field repairs on this Gladius, but as first activation, the Hades stepped around and destroyed him. Fired on these Rapiers, but did no damage, or on these Sabers rather. The Athena there dropped her second cruise missile and torched him. The second Athena before, or the first Athena before I was thinking about killing them, fired here, knocked 1 point out of this. They did finally bring this Skyrise to the ground. Infantry advanced in their Neptune here. Fireblades are making a run for my board edge, and lost 1 point out of an Odin from the Scimitars firing through the gap. Scored hits on Obscured and put a hole in one of them. So that, I believe, also field repaired the Hades and also cast white nanomachines upon himself. So he is back to full damage. That is turn 5. Going into turn 6, be back with the results. Turn 6 is finished. That will be a PHR victory, 2008 to 426. We did get infantry garrisoned here, here, and here. These infantry got shot up. The katanas lit that building up. There are actually way more than 12 damage points there. 2 immortals survived. So we have a base there, 4 bases here, 2 bases here, garrison for points. I actually forgot to count the Odin, but I think that's the only ground unit, and the Junos, but no big deal there. We did play white nanomachines on these guys because they drew a fire from artillery, but we're okay. One of the Athenas made a run down this street, knocked this Condor out. The other one rolled a 1 and failed to show up. When they fell out, they attempted to move behind the building, played a drive hack, and was able to stop them there. The Hades slid over and was able to put 3 hits on them and wipe them out. One of the Odins went down. He did win initiative this turn and killed it with the Hyperion, or with the Scimitars. The other Odin stepped out and fired on this saber to no effect. Then this dropship moved up, dropped these infantry, and killed this longbow. So PHR victory. We will have after action reviews and army lists at the blog as always. Give us a like and a subscribe, and follow us on Facebook. That's the best place to see all of our content. And as always, guys, we appreciate the views. Thank you for spending some time with us today at the Maelstrom.